Hi, I'm Brandy Connor. I've been in the lodging and hospitality industry my entire life. My company has helped thousands of hotel owners improve their business, and in this season of Hotel Incredible, I take you to the most unique, boutique, and beautiful properties all across the country. Follow me as I explore these extraordinary places and see how they've transformed guest experience from good to incredible. In rural Kansas, after miles and miles of tallgrass prairie, is the small town of Marion, where owner Tammy Enzi has taken a 150-year-old property and turned it into a tourist destination and luxury hotel. Welcome to the historic Elgin Hotel. Jennifer!
Hello, Brandy.
Oh my gosh!
Welcome to
it's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
What a beautiful hotel.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I saw photos, but they did not do justice.
And they never do. You have to walk in her door and see her.
Gorgeous and grand.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my gosh.
you.
So please tell me about this hotel. Tell me about the Elgin.
She was built in 1886.
Okay.
Her grand opening was on September 15th.
Okay.
Case and Billings are the ones who actually purchased the property for a mere $20.
Wow.
Yes. So they wanted to erect this grand hotel. They looked for outsiders to come in and help with the money. No one took them up on it. So the townspeople of Marion are the ones who helped build the Elgin.
I would love to see around. Can you give me a tour?
Yeah, I'd love to. Why don't you come this way?
Okay.
Chef's Plate at Parlor 1886.
Oh, a restaurant.
Yes, this is our restaurant here at the Elgin Hotel. When the owners purchased the Elgin in 2016, this was just a storage room.
So there was nothing here?
There was nothing here, Brandy, nothing.
Wow.
So they did all of this that you see.
Now, how long did this process take to put this all together?
It took several years.
Okay.
To put this together. And one of the greatest things is that when the Elgin first opened in September of 1886, they had oysters on the menu.
Oh.
We have oysters on the menu today.
That's so great.
Yes. Is that amazing?
That is amazing. Wow.
We offer our guests breakfast in the restaurant on Saturdays and Sunday mornings.
Okay.
Yep. And then the restaurant itself is open for dinner on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
Thursday's more of our happy hour kind of menu, a little bit laid back. So that's from 5 to 8.
Wow.
And on Friday and Saturdays, you get our elevated ribeyes and salmon.
Wow.
Yes. Amazing, amazing food. And we're open from 5 to 9 on those days.
Oh, that's amazing.
A full bar, as you can see. And people come here to celebrate their anniversaries and birthdays, and you can come here and you can rent all the rooms on the floor, use the kitchens, and have your family Christmas.
Wow.
Yes, so we go from that small to weddings, 75 people, reunions. So we just kind of run it.
And what's great about a wedding is if you did a small wedding, the guests can all stay here, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They can rent all 12 suites. And then that means that your family is just all together for your special event.
Wow.
Yes.
That's such a great idea.
Thank you. We love it.
Yeah. So I'd love to see some of the rooms. Can you take me through?
Absolutely. Follow me this way and we'll go on upstairs. Can you believe the chandelier?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it stunning? Come on up here and we'll see the second floor.
Okay.
We have 8 unique suites on this floor.
Okay.
So as we go down, each one is named after something that has to do with Kansas.
Okay.
So Home on the Range. We have Harvey House. We have Santa Fe Trail, which we know is through Kansas, the Santa Fe Trail. Railroad Suite, because, well, the railroad came from Marion. And here is our Chickawawa Springs Suite. As you can see, the bed is stunning, is it not?
Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
So it has everything in here as that we do packages. So you can get a romance package that has the candles, the chocolates from Sweet Granadas, champagne on ice.
Ooh.
I know.
You guys really do it up.
We do, we do. Hey Brandy, I want to show you Amelia Earhart Suite 309.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't this something?
This is so cute.
I mean, the light in here.
Wow.
I mean, so airy, so light, so beautiful. So Amelia Earhart, she was born in Atchison, Kansas.
Okay.
So she was actually born in a bedroom at her grandparents' farm.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and she lived there until she was 12 years old. And then her family moved to Chicago, and then that's when she left Kansas. And then that's when her story ends for Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how far is that from here?
Atchison is about 45 minutes from here.
I just love how you've themed all of these rooms in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, they are so unique, and that's what I love, is that you can come here and stay in a different room. Every time you come and you get a different experience in the same hotel.
The experience is so unique, and even with each level, each floor of this hotel, you have a different energy, and you have a different light, and you have different decor, and it just, everything is changing all at the same time, but it still feels so peaceful and calm and just energizing at the same time.
Yes,
it's kind of an interesting property.
She's just warm.
Yeah.
I mean, she just kind of welcomes you in,
Yes.
and then takes you on a journey.
Yes.
And I love that journey. If you want to come on in here, Brandy, this
Oh my gosh.
is Suite 312,
Oh
the
my
Elgin
gosh.
Memoir Suite.
This is beautiful.
This is one of our king-size suites. This is the biggest suite
Okay.
at the historic Elgin Hotel.
Wow.
Yes.
And this one has 2 rooms, right?
It does. It does. It has what we call a little secret room. I call it
Okay.
a secret room. But it has 2 full-size bunk beds and a pull-out twin trundle bed.
Oh, wow.
So yes, you can sleep up to 7 people in this room.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. The best part of this room, you have to see that bathroom, Brandy.
Okay, I want to see
You
it.
have to see the bathroom.
Okay, take me there.
It's the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This is stunning.
It has a walk-in shower,
Oh my gosh.
clawfoot tub, double
Wow.
vanity.
Look at the shower head.
I know.
Oh my-
I know. You can get lost in that shower for hours.
Wow. And the floors are just so beautiful.
And they're heated.
What?
Yes. Yep. You can turn them right on and your tootsies
No.
never
Oh my
get
gosh.
cold. I
That's
know.
amazing. I love the clawfoot tub.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, in the chandelier above a clawfoot tub, I mean, can you
It's
say
perfection.
luxury?
Yes. Absolutely. Every detail about this property, from the linens, the soaps, the shampoos, everything. I mean, such attention to detail. Nothing was spared. I love this property so much.
Thank you,
So
Brandy.
much. I am so glad that you brought me here. This is absolutely beautiful. For a historic property to have such luxury is truly a rare find. When we come back, more with Hotel Incredible. Welcome back to the historic Elgin Hotel. I'm going to be sitting down with the owner, Tammy Enzi, to discuss with her how she was able to make this property such a success. So Tammy, tell me some more about your property. What's your history with the property and how did this all evolve?
Well, it's a pretty crazy story, but my background is really in the city, in Wichita, Kansas. That's where I grew up. But my husband had an opportunity to come here to Marion, and he had some family roots here. His parents had both grown up here. He had grandparents here at the time. So I agreed to move here for 2 years so he could get the experience he needed in healthcare. And at the time when we moved here, I had a little website business on the side, also had a travel agency on the side, and so I was doing that. I was actually out looking for a travel agency office, and this place was for sale, and I knew this was much bigger than I needed for my office, but I was curious. Mm-hmm. So I came in, saw it, and the moment I walked through the door, I was awestruck. I could not believe this place was here in Marion, Kansas, town of 1900, and it just looked like something that would be in Italy or New York. And I thought, wow, why is this not open to the public? So it instantly became my vision to return it to its original purpose, which was a hotel.
And I wanted to talk to you about, because some of these things that you have the restaurant, you have the bar, mm-hmm. and again, on that topic of small town, how do you keep and retain good staff? How are you able to offer those things mm-hmm. here? And what has been your process in that?
Well, it's been a long process with the restaurant specifically, but my key for retaining people is treat people like you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. When we bring people in, of course, you're always looking at what's the market salary for this position. But I talk to people and get an understanding of, okay, where are you at now? Where are you trying to get to? What do you need to make you feel comfortable? And so we try to meet that. Sometimes we might have to pay a little bit more for that, but not having that turnover, we're saving ourselves a lot of money. The other key is these people are like family, and so you treat them like family. Mm-hmm. When someone's having something difficult, a struggle in their life, you raise them up, you affirm them, you send them flowers, you send them on a little trip to a bed and breakfast to get away. I mean, we just try to do the small things like that so that they do feel cared for, and I think that's been successful. For example, the managers that I've had here at the property, we've only been through a few since 2016, but the reason that we've lost the ones that we have, all three of them, they have moved. Oh, wow. So, I mean, it's nothing that we could prevent, but the restaurant specifically is a whole different beast. And I've learned that I never had even worked in a restaurant before. And you know how they always say, don't start a business that you've never worked in? Yeah. That's almost like a temptation for me. Like, it's a challenge. Yeah. Okay, well, that's one business. That's one business that I've never worked in. But actually, we started the restaurant it was just an essential aspect that our guests needed. We were sending guests 30 minutes away to eat in another town, and we really needed to provide them a whole experience here. And so we started the restaurant in 2019. That space where the restaurant is was not renovated by the cloutiers. It was a blank slate. Oh. It was, cement floor, 2x4s. all the storage room, but we turned it into what it is today, and it's pretty beautiful. But we're so happy to have our current chef, Carrie Newell. She just took it over as her own thing, and it's her own restaurant now. She's owning it. She proved herself to me over the last year, and I just said, this is the gal. She can do it. This can be her baby. And so she's making my dream come true by getting that off my plate, but I'm making her dream come true by letting her own restaurant when she might not have had that opportunity otherwise.
That's so beautiful. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, more with Tammy Enzi at the historic Elgin Hotel. You won't want to miss it. Welcome back to the historic Elgin Hotel and my interview with the inspirational owner, Tammy Enzi. I'm curious from the finance side. Okay, so you purchased the property, it had some renovations. Obviously, you had to do a lot of other work too. So for people who are interested in getting started or to do this on their own, did you get funding for that? Did you have money for that? What was your process to kind of tie everything together?
No, I had very little money to start with. I actually asked my 90-year-old grandpa to borrow the amount of money that I needed for my part of the loan. And then I went and got a loan from a local bank for the rest of it. So Tampa State Bank, our local bank, said, we like your vision. We think you know what you're doing. And we'll loan you the money. So we went forward with that. And I've had the banker tell me, he said, I've never had someone so closely and accurately project sales and expenses. And I was astounded at that because obviously I didn't have that experience, but I did a lot of research, a lot of due diligence, because I didn't want to step into this and fail. So that's where we started. We're 6.5 years into it, and really that's due to my learning of how to write grants. I never understood that this being on the National Register of Historic Places would be so key to that. But there was a grant that I wrote right away after we bought the property, like literally a month later. And I thought that I was writing it as a practice so that I could get it in the future. And we ended up getting it. It was a $90,000 grant.
Wow.
I know, no little drop in the bucket. But that grant actually helped us like refurbish all the windows. It eventually would help us open the restaurant and just do some of the other capital improvements that had been put off for a few years. So that's where we started. But I'm thankful to say we're debt-free today. And, not every time that you make that bet is it going to turn out successfully, but this one did.
Yeah. Can you share a little bit more about that? I'm so intrigued with the whole grant process. And you said that it was because it's a historic property, but can you kind of share some more for people who are interested?
Absolutely. So here in Kansas, there's some different opportunities for historic properties to get grants. There's a Heritage Trust Fund grant, and that was the one I just spoke about. And that is for properties that are on the historic register, whether it's state or national. There's also tax credits that you can get at the state and the federal level. So for normal maintenance that we have to do every year, like upkeep the elevator or paint different things, we can actually apply ahead of time for these tax credits. Then once we're finished, we turn in our receipts and they literally issue these tax credits. Then we can take the tax credits, or we can literally turn around and sell those to people who need those tax credits. So the very first time we did that, we sold those. We'll be turning another one in here in the next few months, and we'll probably keep those because we'll need them. So there's lots of opportunities. You just have to learn to look and to know people that know where to look. So I'm always learning about new ones, and now that I'm kind of in the network of people, just yesterday I learned of a new one. So I've got to do the research to figure out if that's something we can qualify for.
That's so cool. I've never talked to someone who talked about grants or even explained that. Yeah, so I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
That's
well,
great.
It's been a big learning curve, but most grants are very forthright in what they want, and if you can follow directions like a recipe, you can probably get through it.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool. That's so interesting to hear. Share some more about Marion and why you feel like this area is so special.
First of all, it's special because I live here. And there's lots of people I love here. But specifically about the area, to me, the biggest attraction is the Flint Hills. So most people know Kansas as this flat plains. Well, not all of Kansas is like that. There's actually a belt that kind of goes right through the state, and it's this area of flint rock. And so it's rolling hills, it's valleys. It's just interesting because when you see it, you go, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. And that's what I said. I had grown up in Kansas and all I had seen was flat Kansas. But when I came out here and moved to the Flint Hills, I'm like, the beauty of the Flint Hills and the tall grass prairie and being able to see for miles and miles and miles without trees is amazing. And especially people who come from like Europe or Asia, they don't know anything that's that big of space. You know, they just look at it and they're just astounded. So those are two of the key things that I think are special here. The other thing that's special is Marion was settled in the 1800s, and so there's a number of historic properties here. Besides our property, we have an amazing courthouse that was built I think it was in the 1860s. But we also have a Santa Fe depot that was turned into a library. It's quite amazing. So right now we're actually, we just hired a contractor that's going to do historic tours. And I'm going to guess this is probably the first time anyone's ever had tours in Marion, but it's going to go well. I am certain.
Well, I am so inspired by you and your vision and to be a dreamer, to be a visionary, to be someone who sees something when something isn't there yet and knowing and feeling that in your gut that it can be something beautiful. I just have so much respect for you.
Thank you.
And I just thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me and go over all of this because this is such a beautiful property and what you built here is something incredible. So thank you so much
Brandy.
for your time. Yeah.
I'm just delighted to have you here and I'm glad you've enjoyed your stay.
It's absolutely stunning. Wow, what an innovative and inspiring owner. I love how she was able to implement modern technology leveraged with personal touch to provide the highest level of guest satisfaction and guest experience. Things like self-check-in and text messaging to allow you to connect with the staff at any given time. I also like how she spoke on reverse engineering the guest experience. She thought about the expectations she would have as a guest at a luxury hotel and brought that process together for the guest with her property. I think a lot of hoteliers could benefit from this as well. To go end to end, from check-in to check-out, how can you make that process more seamless and better for the guest? I also like what she shared about her hiring process and how she takes into consideration their goals and their financial needs and their vision. In that way, she's able to cultivate a team where everyone is working together for mutual goals and mutual vision. Another thing that really resonated with me is her standard of excellence and how she commented on always striving for excellence. So this is with the guest experience, this is down to amenities, and the overall process. That's it for this episode of Hotel Incredible. I'm Brandy Connor. See you next time.